Hi guys, today I've got the TATCHA Violet-C Brightening Serum with 20% vitamin C and 10% alpha hydroxy acids. And I thought I would do a quick kind of first impression review of it since I've only had a few weeks to try it out. And then I'll do a more comprehensive review after I've been using it for a couple months. First of all, it's kind of a sister to the Violet-C Radiance Mask. They've got the same packaging. Similar theme and kind of some similar ingredients. So I really like the packaging of it. They've done a nice job. It is a 1 ounce bottle, so it doesn't really say on the website, on Sephora's website. So it's 1 ounce, and it's got a nice pump dispenser. So very good for protecting the beneficial ingredients. It does not contain any denatured drying alcohols, so that is a good thing. It does include a little bit of fragrance ingredients in the form of grapefruit, lime, lemon, and orange fruit extracts. So those are typically used for a little bit of fragrance. It does have a very, very light scent that dissipates almost immediately. But because of some of those citrus ingredients, I recommend you use it in the evening, and TATCHA does as well, because some of those ingredients can be photosensitive. So, and especially if you have very sensitive skin, you might want to be careful. So, does have some of those. It's manufactured in Japan, so I don't have any issues with that. It's very easy to use. You just want to dispense a couple pumps and massage it over your skin after you use a toner and essence. So it has a very light liquidy texture. So because of that, you're going to want to use it very early in your routine. And then I do recommend giving it a few minutes to fully absorb onto your skin, but it's very easy to use. And then once it absorbs after a minute or two, follow with the rest of your routine, any other serums, moisturizers you might want to use. I do recommend using a moisturizer at some point after this because some of those alpha hydroxy acids can sometimes make your skin a little dry. So recommend that. In terms of antioxidants, it's got several. One of the first ingredients is rice ferment. So if you're a big fan of the ferments, it contains that. It's got 2 different types of vitamin C, which total 20% of the product. Licorice root extract, skullcap extract, lactic acid, and then Japanese angelica root extract, and then a little bit of sodium hyaluronate. So it's got a lot of good antioxidants and beneficial ingredients. TATCHA is cruelty-free, which is always a good thing. In terms of performance, I would say over the last couple weeks, it's certainly helped brighten my skin. Although I will say the exfoliation properties of this wasn't enough for me to actually get to stop using the current alpha hydroxy acid I use. So if you don't use a lot of alpha hydroxy acids or beta hydroxy acids currently, this might be enough for you. But for me, it wasn't enough to stop that. But I was excited, I must say, to have a product that contains vitamin C and alpha hydroxy acids, because that had the alpha hydroxy acids been enough, I would have been able to eliminate a step in my routine, because currently I use a separate vitamin C serum and a separate alpha hydroxy acid serum. So if that had worked, it would have been exciting because I would have been able to eliminate a step, but for me, it just wasn't enough. And I did pH test this, and it was right between 4 and 5. So not a ton of exfoliation going on there. Usually between 3 and 4 is ideal. So it's not super acidic, which is also good if you have sensitive skin. So, and if you don't need a lot or use a lot of acids in your skincare routine, nothing wrong with that. So, but did perform nicely. And I really like the fact that it layers well with other products. It does dry a little sticky, so you're going to definitely want to use something afterwards. So, and then in terms of the price, the full size is 1 ounce, and it retails for $88, so it's expensive for a vitamin C serum. If you can kind of combine this, and instead of using 2 different vitamin C alpha hydroxy acids, it might be a little bit easier to palate the price, but otherwise it's pretty expensive. And then in terms of the it factor, I really would have given it the it factor had it really eliminated an extra step for me. But for me, it didn't quite work in terms of the exfoliation. But I do like the vitamin C aspect of it. And if you don't use a lot of AHAs or BHAs, then it won't be an issue. But the price is a little bit expensive. And then including the 4 citrus ingredients, I wasn't a huge fan of. So If you have sensitive skin, you're probably not going to work for you, but you never know. So overall, so far preliminary, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, but I'll do a more comprehensive review after I've had a chance to try it a little bit longer. But the nice thing is it does contain some of those citrus ingredients, but I hadn't noticed any sensitivity or any issues with it. And I do have sensitive skin, but it doesn't necessarily mean others won't. But so far, it seems like it's being well received. I know influencers send out a ton too. So I don't know. Take all the reviews with a grain of salt until you get a chance to try it for yourself. But overall, really liking it. You know, it's interesting. The Violet-C mask, I started out really not liking it. And I've actually ended up liking it more after I had a chance to try it for several months in a row. So I don't know, maybe I'll like this more when I do my full review. I guess we'll see. So anyway, I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to check this out yet. And if you have, what your thoughts are. So definitely leave a comment. And then I'm interested if you guys, how many of you guys use vitamin C and alpha hydroxy acids in your routine? And if so, what products do you use? So definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. And stay tuned for more reviews this week. Thank you guys so much. Okay, should we do the Kiehl's thing?
Sure.
Oh, should I hit stop?
Yes, please.